If you guys watched the show last year, I got hit in the head with a softball doing one of these, so I'm a little concerned about that because that was not very pleasant.
Well, make sure and make it in front of you, not directly above you.
That's why it's important. First step always back. Remember that. So when you read it off the bat, step here, read it, and then if you need to go forward, then you go forward. That way, if you start back, then you have enough room behind you.
And you can run through it and catch it, and then throw it.
Come forward.
Okay.
Up.
Welcome to the show. We have a busy April, including the pink game here on April 12th, both here and over the baseball field. Today, we have Brooke McLeod on the show to talk a little bit about the Drovers this season. This is In the Saddle.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
Welcome to the show. Today we have softball sophomore Brooke McLeod. Welcome to the show.
Hey, thank you.
So the Drovers are 22-12 at time of filming. Pretty good start for the season. So tell me about the season so far.
So far it's pretty good. We started off a little rocky, but we've become to understand how we actually work together as a team, and that is definitely proven successful for us, and I think we can only get better from here.
That's good. We've already faced some really tough SAC opponents. We have 5 teams in the top 25, including Lubbock Christian. We've got to play them, I think, 4 times, and they're sitting right there at the #1 spot. So definitely don't have an easy road. I think we're about 500 in conference play. So tell me about.
I think it's good for us that conference is so tough. It's all about who shows up that day, which team shows up, and who's hitting and who's making plays. I don't think there's anybody who is that much better than one another in conference. So that really helps, and it's more of we're the underdog in conference, and people take us for granted. And so I think that helps us because we can go into it thinking, you know, we have nothing to lose in this game. They should be nervous. And I think we're actually starting to understand that and are more able to play to our potential rather than going in nervous and shaky the whole time.
You guys are definitely a little bit older than you were last year. We had a really young team last year, so a little more used to the competition. You're one of our 4 pitchers in the rotation, and you've also done a little bit of infield and a little bit of designated player. So tell me, which position do you like to play? What do you like to do?
Of course I like to pitch, but mostly I just like to be out there. I like to be part of the team, and if I'm not playing, I'm in the dugout trying to cheer my team on the whole time. But it's always fun to be in the circle and be a part of, you're a part of every pitch. And so that makes you feel that much more, I don't know, it helps to be with your team and to talk them up and have them talk you up and work together. So I would say being in the circle is probably the best for me.
Okay. Well, as of right now, you have 7 runs and 7 RBIs, and then you've thrown 20 strikeouts. So what's your role on the team with those?
As far as hitting, I think more just base hits. I try not to overthink in the batter's box because then that's when I, seem to go into a slump. But that's where I'm thinking. I just want to do the little things, especially in the batter's box. But pitching, of course, getting strikeouts is awesome. I love it. But I'm more of a down ball pitcher, which means I'm working for ground balls. And that's my role there. Get ground balls, let my defense work. And they've proven to be successful with that, and I trust them, and that's where we want to be, so that's good.
Great. You're a sophomore. You came to us from just up the road in Newcastle, so why did you choose USAO?
Mostly the closeness. I love being close to home. My parents call me the homebody of the family, and that's that's the main reason. My sister graduated from here. She talked the school up a lot, and so that helped. And knowing she would be here, she'd be around, I'd have somewhere to go. Also my teammates. I've played against them my whole life, and especially when I moved to Newcastle. And so I thought that would be an interesting challenge for me to, instead of going against these teams and these girls, then I would be working with them and knowing their talents and the girls that I went to school with, their talents, and then putting them together. Like, I think that really encouraged me because I thought it would be really, really fun, and it has been, so I enjoy it.
A little interesting tidbit about you is that you once tried out for American Idol, so tell us about that.
It was kind of a spur of the moment kind of thing. My sister just called me and was like, hey, we're going, you want to go? And so I packed up and went, and it was just like on TV, like you go and you sit up all night and through the lines. And my favorite part was in the stands, like there's thousands of people up there, and when we signed up, they gave us a song and we had to learn it and know the words, and everybody in the stands sang the same song, and it was just loud and there was voices everywhere, and it was a lot of fun being a part of that. And then the tryouts were very nerve-wracking. You wouldn't think so just because it's just you and one other person and people behind you, but it was nerve-wracking, but it was fun. I enjoyed it. I'd do it again if I could.
Well, good, but you didn't make it to the part where you got to sing in front of the judges, and we won't see you on TV or anything.
No, thankfully. I'd be too nervous.
Well, thanks for being on the show. We look forward to a great last month of Drover softball.
Thank you.
Now it's time for Fan of the Week. Each week we pick our Fan of the Week who wins an awesome t-shirt and is recognized on our show and on Facebook. Last week's Fan of the Week was Rachel Lemieux. Again, congratulations. And this week's Fan of the Week is David Henry. Congratulations. Well, that's the show. Like I said, we've got a busy April, so make sure to check the USAO Sports website every day to keep up with the scores and schedule. We'll see you next time on In the Saddle.